Good evening and welcome to tonight's Board of Zoning Appeals meeting for October the 25th. We call the roll, please.
Kelly Cruz Nicholson, Jeff Cook,
Here.
Rob Tidrow,
Here.
Sayward Salazar,
Here.
Nathan Sheets.
Here.
If everybody would, please rise and state the pledge with me. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. In our packets for tonight, we got last month's 9/10 meeting minutes. If there are any additions, corrections, or adjustments that need to be made, we can hear those now. If not, I'll hear a motion to approve.
Motion to approve the minutes from 9/10/2025.
Second.
A motion and a second to approve the minutes from 9/10/25. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Do you have proof of publication?
Thank you. This proof of publication was published in advance. It states the time, date, place, and items on the agenda for tonight's public hearings. I would ask the Board of Zoning Appeals to make a motion to accept the proof of publication.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
To accept it.
A motion and a second to approve proof of publication. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
New business for tonight, BZA 20-2025. Petition of Martell and Shannon Winburn. If the petitioners are here, and I know they are because I can see them, come up and tell us about your project that you want us to
Good evening. What would you like to know?
tell us about your project.
Okay, well, project with, we affectionately refer to it as the Nana Pod. That's for her mother, my mother-in-law, Nana. It's a residential structure, secondary structure to that, of course, to the current standing structure. It's residential, and it's going to be about 512 square feet, the foundation, 16 feet wide, 32 foot long, and all the utilities will be tied into that of the primary residence, and that's pretty much it in a nutshell.
Questions to petitioners?
I don't have any questions.
Thank you. We may call you back. We have run into some snags, but
All right, no problem. Would you like for us to remain in chamber, or?
if you would, please.
Okay.
Is there anybody in the audience that wishes to speak in favor or in opposition to this petition? Hearing and seeing none, we'll close public hearing and hear the staff report.
Thank you. The petition of Martell and Shannon Winburn, owners and agents at 432 South 22nd Street in Richmond, is requesting a special exception use to allow for an accessory dwelling unit in the medium-density, single-family residential district, which is R2. The use is residential single-family. The zoning is medium-density, single-family R2. Approximately 1,902 square feet, 4.408 acres. The zoning in all direction is medium-density, single-family residential. The land use is all directions is residential, single-family. The accessory dwelling unit is listed as a special exception use that requires the Board of Zoning Appeals approval. The proposed variance would allow for an accessory structured dwelling unit in the medium-density, single-family residential zoning district. The property was built in 1940 as part of the Reeveston addition and was platted in 1911. The owner is requesting approval for an accessory dwelling unit in the R2 district. Our UDO was updated per ordinance 22-2023 to allow for an accessory dwelling as a special exception in the R2 zoning district, subject to approval from the Board of Zoning Appeals. The property has not been granted a variance before. On October 1st, 2025, the public hearing was advertised in the Western Wayne News. October 2nd, 2025, 42 adjacent property owners were notified about the variance and public hearing by mail.
We received 2 responses. Paul and Adelina Bain, 420 South 22nd Street, opposed. They strongly feel that this would devalue current value of our Reeveston neighborhood. In favor, Timothy and Jan Tyler, 424 South 22nd Street. We have no objections to their plans for building on their property.
Staff does recommend approving the petition to allow an accessory dwelling in the R2 zoning district per Article 2.09 upon these proposed findings of facts. The special exception is consistent with the purpose of the zoning district and the Richmond Comprehensive Plan because an accessory dwelling is listed as a special exception use in the R2 district with approval of the BZA. The use does not conflict with the comprehensive plan. The plan's future land use identifies the property as part of a traditional neighborhood, which serves as a transition between rural and high-density areas such as commercial corridors and mixed urban development. An accessory dwelling is a low-impact residential use that should not interfere with the characteristics of the traditional neighborhood. Number 2, the special exception will not be injurious to the public health, safety, morals, and general welfare of the community because the accessory development standards in Article 5.03 of the UDO states that the accessory dwelling shall contain a bathroom, kitchen, sleeping facilities, 1 parking space shall be available for an accessory dwelling and shall utilize the utility connections that serve the primary structure. Number 3, the special exception is in harmony with all adjacent land uses because an accessory dwelling will maintain character, scale, and aesthetic of the neighborhood while offering an increased housing option with minimal disruption. Number 4, the special exception will not alter the character of the district because the exterior finish and facade of any accessory dwelling shall match closely, resemble, or significantly complement the materials and colors used on the primary structure, which are found in Article 5.099 of the UDO. Number 5, the special exception will not adversely impact the property value because it will add value in the same way as any high-quality home improvement like a finished basement or a new addition. There are 2 written commitments. Number 1, accessory dwelling may not be occupied until all general remodel permits have been approved and final inspection completed by the Richmond City Building Commissioner. And number 2, we ask that the accessory dwelling be at least 45 feet back from the Southeast Street property line. And I'd be happy to answer questions.
Questions to the staff?
I do not have any questions.
No questions.
I would like to ask a question to the petitioners. Just so we get this on record, if this is approved, the written commitments that Joanne just read, you guys good with those? Thank you. That was my only question. That's it? Hey, stick around. We're going to vote now.
Mr. President.
Yes, ma'am.
And I did not catch this earlier. I usually try to review these staff reports. Can I suggest that staff change that number 1 accessory dwelling from may to shall not be occupied?
Yes, please.
And is that acceptable to the petitioner? That the word may instead says accessory dwelling shall not be occupied, not may not.
So it's a word change.
It's just a wording change.
Written commitment number 1 will read, accessory dwelling shall not be occupied until all general remodel permits have been approved and final inspections completed by.
Thank you.
Shall is an operative word in code language.
Yeah, that's me being nitpicky. Thank you. Thank you.
Any other questions to the staff? Call the roll, please.
Oh, we have to make a
Oh, gotta need a motion first.
I'll make a motion to approve BZA 2025 based on the finding of fact and 2 written commitments.
I'll second.
A motion is second to approve BZA 2025 with finding of fact and 2 written commitments. Call the roll, please.
Jeff Cook,
Aye.
Rob Tidrow,
Aye.
Sayward Salazar,
Aye.
Nathan Sheets.
Aye.
Motion passes. Good luck to you. Next on our agenda is BZA 22-2025, Newton Real Estate Investments. If you would, please state your name and address for the record.
Yes, my name is Dustin Shaw. My address is 915 North 16th Street here in Richmond.
Tell us about your project.
So I'm just trying to purchase this property at 1203 Northwest L Street, and I'd like to make that my primary residence. And so basically, just needed to get a variance on keeping it. It's been residential in the past, and just wanted to see if we could get that variance.
The reason for the variance is zoned institutional.
Yeah.
And it's been used as residential forever. It was vacant for over a year, so now it needs to be
Yeah, because of the vacancy.
because of vacancy.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Questions to petitioner?
I don't have any questions.
No questions.
Are you going to build a new house there, or are you going to remodel what's there, or combination of both?
We'll need to do a survey first to see, if we can remodel the current home there, or if we'd need to rebuild or do something different.
Okay. So you're in the process of purchasing a property.
Correct.
I have no further questions to petitioner. Hang out. We'll finish up here in just a few minutes. Is there anyone in the audience that wishes to speak in favor or in opposition to this petition? Hearing or seeing none, we'll close public hearing. Here's staff report.
Thank you. Newton Real Estate Investments LLC owners and Dustin Shaw is the agent. Locations 1203 Northwest L here in Richmond, requesting a variance of use to allow a residential dwelling in the institutional zoning district. It is a single-family dwelling. The zoning is institutional. The lot size, 249,337.44, 5.724 acres. The zoning to the north and the south is institutional. To the east is manufactured home park. To the west is institutional. The land use to the north is residential single-family. To the south is institutional vacant. To the east, residential mobile home park. To the west, institutional vacant. The proposed use is not a permitted use in the IS zoning district. The variance will allow the property to be used as residential. This property was never platted, and according to parcel reports, it's been used for residential purposes since 1948. Although the property is partially in a floodplain, it maintained its residential use until it became vacant in 2022. The property was considered legal nonconforming within the institutional zoning district. However, once a property remains vacant for a year, it loses its legal nonconforming status, which is why a variance is now required. The property has never been granted a variance before. On October 1st, 2025, the public hearing was advertised in the Western Wayne News. On October 2nd, 2025, 10 adjacent property owners were notified about the variance and public hearing by mail, and there were no responses. The planning staff consulted with all city departments and utilities to determine any objections based on the public health and safety, and no objections were raised. The property is partially in a floodplain and has lost its legal nonconformity. Staff recommends approving the petition to allow a residential use in the institutional zoning district, Article 2.23. Upon these findings of facts, the approval of variance will not be injurious to the public health, safety, morals, and general welfare of the community because the property is an institutional zoning district but has been used as residential for decades. The use and value of the area adjacent to the property, including the variance, will not be affected in a substantially adverse manner because there will be no changes made to the land use except for a general remodel of the existing structure. Number 3, the need for the variance does arise from some condition peculiar to the property involved because the variance is due to the site's current vacancy and the loss of its legal nonconforming residential status, which is not a permitted use within the IS institutional zoning district. Furthermore, as this property is located in a floodplain, its use is restricted. Number 4, the strict application of the terms of the ordinance will constitute an unnecessary hardship if applied to the property because the parcel where the existing dwelling is located is within a floodplain. Due to this designation, no new structures can be constructed on the site. Only remodels of the current dwelling are permitted. The approval does not interfere substantially with the Richmond Rising Community Action Plan because Richmond's future land use map, the property identifies as institutional or community service moving forward. While both the current and proposed use for the property are residential, the aesthetics of the property are consistent with the residential character of the area. It does not undermine the neighborhood's existing charm, much like a traditional neighborhood to the east. I'd be happy to answer questions.
Questions of staff?
I have a question, President. So are we voting based on if he purchases it or on the property itself, that regardless of whomever may purchase it? Or does that matter?
I think why we're here is because it's institutional, and it's been used as residential forever.
We're just changing it to that?
We're not really
regardless?
changing anything, we're just letting it continue to be residential. Because it was vacant, it lost that legal non-conforming
Okay.
status.
Regardless of who would happen to purchase it from now
Yes.
on, so.
Yes.
Okay.
Any other questions of staff?
I have no questions.
No questions.
No more? Thanks.
Do I hear a motion for BZA 2225?
I'll make a motion to approve a BZA 22-2025 based on staff report and finding of facts.
Second.
I have a second, a motion and a second to approve BZA 22-2025 based on finding of fact. Call the roll, please.
Jeff Cook,
Aye.
Rob Tidrow,
Aye.
Sayward Salazar,
Aye.
Nathan Sheets.
Aye.
Motion carries. Good luck to you. Our next meeting will be September 17th. The filing for that meeting was today. And with that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
We
Second.
are adjourned.
Thanks. How many
So,
do we have for next?
Swift.
How many?